Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades, and hopefully the mic is still good for you guys and the audio is all clear. Now let's dive right into it here. The SPY had a bit of a down day today, down 37 basis points. QQQ's down 5 basis points. IWM down 63 basis points. We could be getting close to a bigger pullback. And I say this because the market seems to be running out of steam and good news for it to pump higher. The Mag 7 stocks are a little bit overstretched now. You know, you have Meta that gapped open, I think like 15 or 20% higher after its earnings, after its earnings, and it's just been floating up since then. Same thing for NVDA. Tesla's in the gutter right now. It's been beaten up, although it was up today about 3.87%. Amazon, a little bit overstretched after earnings as well, forming some nice bearish divergence. And this Apple's kind of in a rut. And in Microsoft also, I mean, it's pie in the sky, right? These stocks are very extended now. And when we look at the SPY, you know, we're getting very close to that danger area that I've calculated here for the fib retraces. And it looks like we're extending in a wave one, and we could be due for a bigger pullback in the coming weeks and days. When we look at wave edge here, we see a significant amount of selling happening on the daily time frame, right? And we can see, we're going to see when they're going to start buying, right? Big money's going to start buying when the price starts to go down. They're not going to start buying as the price goes up. Maybe they'll buy a little bit on a smaller dip, right? How much of a percentage retrace was this? Okay, we had like a 3% pullback in the market and big money started buying. And then we continued to rally since then. But when we look at the larger time frames, the daily, we're seeing big money is starting to exit their positions on the futures. Same thing on Oenda, and you could check on the SPY ETF, it's the same thing here. You check the triple Qs, it's the same thing. Even though yesterday's candle, we had a significant amount of selling, which was Friday last week. Look at the Dow Jones. You have so much selling right now on the Dow Jones. It's just pure unloading. So as the price floats up, big money is exiting, right? And then we look at the IWM, not much selling. So I think the IWM, if anything, has more room to run. So you're probably going to see a rotation out of big cap tech and getting into the small cap stocks, right? Which means that maybe the IWM has a little bit more room to run. When I look at the IWM, it is set up for a pullback into a bigger B wave here. And if that does happen, that could be your bottom of your larger wave 2, which means you're going to be set to take off in a 3 of 3, which would be very bullish for the small caps. But I would be the buy area for this would be down here between 194 and 189. So once you get into that area, that would be a strong buy for the small caps. But right now, I don't see any opportunities here. Is there short opportunities? Yeah, I mean, you could definitely take some shorts. Obviously, it's kind of set up for that right now. Although the trade is not easy. It's not an easy trade. If it was so easy, everyone would be shorting this. But the Nasdaq signaled a red dot last week, confirming it on the futures. I don't know if it confirmed on the triple Qs. It did. And this week we opened higher, and we did try to push up it just a little bit. And I think we almost made a new all-time high, but I think Friday's close marked the last all-time high that we got at 18,100. Anyways, I think we are probably due for a bigger retrace here, and I'll be buying the dip as Elliott wave count shows that we should potentially keep going up after this. But this would be a great opportunity, and some of the stocks are really lining up to do that. We could take a look at NVIDIA quickly. So let me just get onto NVDA, and we'll look at more individual names as well. A lot of people have been requesting more individual names, so I'll just cover more of them. So yeah, the NVIDIA potentially set up for a wave 5 top here. I know it's not a very big wave 5, but it could have been that could have been it for now. You have bearish divergence, and if you do start to fill in the gap here, that could be your first A wave, and then you have a B wave retrace, and then you'll finish up in a C leg, and we'll determine where that C support is. But for now, I'm estimating that it should probably be around this area between 595 and 541. When we take a look at ROKU, we'll take a look at ROKU here. ROKU actually had a nice little bounce day today, Could that be it for the wave 4? It could technically be. That technically could have been it, and we may not see more upside, and it's just going to pull back down here to the lower bound of the range on our bigger retrace, down to 57.20. And again, if we do go past this red zone that I have outlined here, 57.39, I would probably stop out of the trade. I would stop out and just look for a better opportunity, because there's a lot of good opportunity setups for ROKU, or sorry, not for ROKU, for other stocks. I mean, we've traded ROKU many times here on the way up, and I've shown you guys the resistance area far in advance before the price even reached it, and we tagged it twice, and then we got rejected from there. Now we're entering a larger buy area, and we should take off out of it, but it could take weeks, maybe even months, right? So we want to be patient with this one. If you are invested in it, you might want to get ready to hold for the long term. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla we traded many times as well, and this one actually reacted very nicely to our short-term resistance and support zones. So right here you can see we bounced off the larger area. We came up, we came back down, and then we had a smaller area of support, and then we bounced off that, and then we finally hit resistance. And today we actually retraced right back into it. So this could have been your wave 2, and now you're getting ready to go down in a wave 3 of your final 5th wave. So a 3 of 5, and then after that you should be finished, in my opinion. I think after that you'll be done. But again, once you retrace down into this area, you could spend weeks, if not months, at this level before coming out of it, or maybe you'll spend a couple of days. But we'll take a look at our indicators, and then we'll see when it's going to be a strong buy signal. Let's take a look at Starbucks. Starbucks here, let's see, has retraced back down in a C, so it's following our ABC retrace nicely. It's probably going to re-enter the buy zone, to be honest, or tag it at least one more time before it starts to come out of it. And if it does come out of it, then it should be pretty impulsive. If not, then you have a bigger problem on your hands, and this is just a very big wave 2, and we're gonna get some further downside. But honestly, you need to take out the pivot at 91.44 to really invalidate the bullish setup that I have right here. Okay, so that's basically it. So this just looks like a big 1. Maybe this is a whole 1 and this is a 2 here. So maybe the 2 should extend higher, or it could be already done and you're gonna go straight down, and all hell's gonna break loose. But right now, when I look at it, you actually do have a little bit of a symmetrical triangle. So maybe this can continue on for quite a bit of time before we really get our breakout or breakdown. All right. Let me just cover a few more individual names. We'll cover the TLT, obviously. The TLT we'd like to cover all the time. So it looks like the wave 4 could have been in here for the TLT. And if it is going to retrace, then you're going to go down in a 5th wave, in a 5-wave move on the smaller time frames. And then the larger buy area should be set up here. And then we could start to take off out of it. Okay. It could also be, it could be set up as an impulsive wave 1. Which is what I'm labeling it as right now. Some people are saying it's an ABC. It could be an ABC. When we look at the 20-year yield, I have it as an ABC right now. But it shows an impulsive move from here, and then we should go down significantly more. This would mean that rate cuts are going to be coming soon, much sooner maybe than what the market expects, and it might not be that bullish, right? We saw this big drop in yields, and the market didn't really do much. Right now, the dollar is just chopping sideways. It's kind of hanging in by a thread. It's consolidating, I would say. And if it is going to push higher, you have another level at the 786 that should be tagged right around 105.7. Okay, so yields, in my opinion, have lower to go. We've hit the resistance area a couple of times, and now we should come down from it. All right, I think that's about it for the individual names. We'll cover Unity Software, because Unity Software had earnings today. They missed. They missed on revenue. They beat on revenue. They missed the EPS. But they are down about 20% in the after hours. And they are down below the range that I have here. All right, which means that if I was in this trade and it took me down 20% on earnings, which I don't like to hold into earnings, and if I do, I will usually cut my position by half and re-enter after earnings, whether it goes up or whether it goes down, because just to reduce my exposure. So at least if it does go down, I can average back in at a lower price, and then when it does eventually come out of it, then it's a nice little bullish setup. But right now, UDD software, it's down 20% in the after hours. It might open below my support box that I have here, which means that this pattern could be invalidated, and we might have a bigger retrace on our hands, which means this might be a 1, 2, and then you're gonna have a 3, 4 to 5, which means this is gonna go much and much lower, right? You might even go to the $10 area, but we'll know once we break this pivot. If you take out this pivot at 21.41, and then that's it. This stock could very well be on its way to making lower prices for a very significant amount of time. But until then, until we actually if we don't open below here, we open like up here, where we should still be okay. But I don't want to be too doom and gloom for now, right away. But we'll see. We'll see once we get there. We'll take a look at natural gas. Natural gas got a nice reaction from our buy area. We bounced right off of it. It looks like it's retracing now in ABC fashion. So I would actually expect nat gas to get a little bit more upside before this is all said and done. I think we could be doing something like this: a 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Obviously, the 2 would be higher than the 1, and then you'll come back out. And I think we could retrace to at least the $2 levels, which would definitely help, Boyle and all those ETFs to recover a little bit. But once we do hit this level, I think we would be set up for a bigger retrace in a wave 4, and this would cause the price to start to potentially spiral out of control. KOLD might be a good long opportunity here, or short Boyle, whichever one you want. But regardless, I think natural gas is in a very big slump right now. It's a difficult trade. All right. Okay. So I think that covers it for now. I don't really have much to add. If you guys want me to take a look at more individual names for you, then leave them in the description, and I'll be more than happy to do it. Again, if you want more updates, you can join the Discord. I post these charts every now and then for you guys to be updated on what's going on in the SPY, the triple Qs, the Dow Jones, and I can even do some individual names to see where big money is selling. All right, we could take a look at Meta right now, see what Meta is doing. So yeah, you're getting more. You're seeing the big money is taking more profits along the way here. They're obviously not direct sell signals, but they are. It just shows you where big money is taking profits, and you can see when big money is buying as well. So they like to buy on the way down, and they like to sell on the way up. All right, that's just the way it goes. And Tesla, right? You see Tesla, big money coming in to buy on the daily here, and the price is starting to float up. But to me, this is looking a little bit more bearish. We might need one leg lower before this is all said and done for Tesla. NVIDIA, same thing. NVIDIA has been on the rise for quite a bit of time, and they've been taking profits along the way as well. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you do, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.